Hello everyone, welcome to the Hive Talking, the official pregame show of your Buffalo Bees. Hive Talking is brought to you by BG's Engine Products because your car should be dancing. Yeah. I'm Ronnie Robinson along with my broadcast partner Kip Scary, coming to you from Las Vegas. Well, Kip, how did you do at the casino?
Well, Ronnie, I sort of crapped out. I think the dice were rigged.
They probably were, Kip. Also crapping out were the Bees in Charlotte. Challengers swept the Bees right out of town. Hopefully a change of scenery and the lady luck of Las Vegas will change the Bees' fortunes. Well, my partner Kip Scary had a discussion with manager Danny Lee about the mood of the team and how they plan to rebound from this slow start.
I'm joined by Bees manager Danny Lee. Danny, tough series in Charlotte for this team. It looked promising on opening day, leading 2-0 late, but not being able to hold on. Do you think that carried over into the entire series?
It sure did, and I blew up at the meeting before Game 3, and now we are dissing it till further notice.
That's a tough break. What's the secret to turning things around?
Getting the hell out of Charlotte, for one thing. They just had our number. We had to lead in 2 out of 3 games, but couldn't hold on. I had a long chat with the guys on the plate right out there. I kind of read them the riot act to hopefully get their attention.
Well, hopefully your words of inspiration will translate to victory on the field.
It better. We're already 3 games behind Charlotte and New England. We can't afford to fall much further behind or the season will be over before it even gets started.
I hear you, Danny. Thanks for your time today.
It's been your pleasure.
For being my guest on Hive Talking, Danny Lee will receive dinner for 2 at Hooligan Steakhouse. For the best in prime rib and mouth-watering steaks, head to Hooligans. Now back to you, Ronnie.
Thank you, Kip. Now let's look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. For the visiting Buffalo Bees, a little bit of shakeup in the lineup. We have leading off and playing second base, Rocky Oberbeck. Hitting second and playing left field is Seth Renery. Batting third, center fielder Joe Barkdahl. Batting cleanup, first baseman Todd Sargent. Hitting fifth and catching is Dallas Autry. Dylan Hutto will do the designated hitting and bat sixth. J.R. Keel, who had been struggling, has been dropped from the number 2 spot to the 7 spot as Danny Lee tries to get things worked around for him. Lamont Clark is in the lineup in right field. He led off the opening day, but has been dropped as well because of poor performance. And Nick Rayford, the shortstop, will bat ninth. On the mound for the Buffalo Bees will be right-hander Enoch Samples. For the big shots of Las Vegas, leading off will be shortstop Gordo Montemayor. Shane Sasser at third will bat second. Hitting the third spot, second baseman Manny Facero. Batting cleanup in left field, Mike St. Clair. Alex Imbrogno, the slugging first baseman, will hit fifth. Bruce Entrikin is the designated hitter. He will hit sixth. Jay Tolis, catching, batting seventh. Hitting eighth is the right fielder Alan Booker, and batting ninth in center field is Ramon Cruz. We are at Classic Bank Ballpark, and for right-handed hitters, they got a big gap in left center field. For right-handed hitters, it plays big. And in fact, if we get a 2-2-2 roll with the decider die, that double will turn into a triple for right-handed hitters. Otherwise, for left-handed hitters, it plays normal. New set of umpires for this series. Behind the plate is Dan McCoyland. At first base is Chris Indrizi. Reggie Cade at second. And Wayne Ketcherick at third. So we will go ahead and take a brief timeout from Haynes and be right back.
Welcome back to Sin City. The umpires are out on the field with Buffalo manager Danny Lee and Las Vegas manager Billy Schofield. They're going over the lineup cards and the ground rules for Classic Bank Ballpark. Now I'll send you over to the voice of the Bees, Ronnie Robinson.
Thank you, Kip. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Buffalo Bees Baseball, game number 4 of the season, and the first of the 2-game set here in the Sin City. As we look at the cold and hot players for today's game, the cold player of the game is sponsored by the Deli Llama. For the best in gourmet cheeses and quality cold cuts, stop by the Deli Llama. The hot player of the game is sponsored by the Paper Moon Gentlemen's Club. For the best in entertainment, shoot for the moon. All right, so for the Buffalo Bees, as manager Danny Lee spoke about in the pregame, they are distant until further notice because he blew up at the media and got himself in a little bit of trouble. However, they also have 2 hot batters in the game, thanks to an earlier role in a pregame check in Charlotte. So Barkdahl and Hutto are the designated hot batters, and Oberbeck is the designated cold batter. Since Las Vegas, we have not played the game with them yet, we're going to go with number 2 batter Sasser is hot, and the number 8 batter Booker is cold. So I think all the preliminaries are now out of the way, and we can get this game started. Let's get everything into place and get ready to see if the Bees can break their 3-game losing streak. Las Vegas comes into the game 1-2, so they're not doing that much better than the Bees, so something's got to give here. But as was mentioned earlier, you don't want to fall 3 games behind the front-running Charlotte Challengers or the front-running New England Minutemen. And before we get started, we'll pause for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bees Radio Network. Welcome back to Classic Bank Ballpark here in Sin City, Las Vegas. First of a quick 2-game series for the Bees here in Las Vegas before they head home and start their home opener against the New York Skyliners. Right now, Spencer Spiegel, the right-hander for the Big Shots, is finishing up the warm-up tosses, and left-handed hitting second baseman Rocky Oberbeck, is set to lead off. Even though he is the cold batter designated for this game, he's still in the leadoff position as the Bees try to shake things up and see if they can get more runs. The first 3 games of the series, they scored 2 runs in every game of the series, and that's not going to get it done. You got to score more runs than that, obviously, but they're going to see if the lineup change possibly could turn the tide, so to speak. And we are just about ready to go here in Las Vegas. As someone once said, Viva Las Vegas, but hopefully not in this series. All right, Rocky Oberbeck waiting to pitch from Spiegel, and game number 4 of the season is underway. So 1-5-6 is the batter, a whiffer. He is a whiffer, so Rocky Oberbeck, not a good start. He's going to strike out to start the ball game. Not exactly something he was hoping to do in the leadoff spot, but what are you going to do? Danny Lee's trying to shake the lineup around and see if he can get something sparked for his team, but that didn't work out too well. Here's the left fielder, Seth Renery. He's getting his first start of the season. 1-1-4 is the pitcher fresh. Yes, he is. The ground out to short. Handled over there by Montemayor. 2 down very quickly, and it's not starting off very good in Vegas for the Bees either. They got to do something to try to change their offensive woes. Here's the man that might do it, Joe Barkdahl. 1-3-6, pitcher is not an ace. Is he whiffer or cold? He is neither one. He is actually a designated hot batter. So we're going to infield drama for the Vegas Big Shots. Infield drama. Roll a 2-2 and ask, is the pitcher gold? The pitcher in this case is neutral, Spiegel, so he's not gold. If he was, he'd snag a liner. Otherwise, it's going to be fumbled for an error. So it's E1. E1 on Spiegel, and that's going to send us to the experience chart as well. But Joe Barkdahl manages to reach, not really of his own doing, it's more just the ineptness in that particular episode of Spiegel to make the play. So Barkdahl is at first with 2 down, and we are going to the experience chart for Todd Sargent. Sargent is an icon, and Spiegel is neutral, so Sargent seemingly have the advantage on that.
Yeah, I would think so, Ronnie, but the way these dice have been rolling, you never can tell. You just never know.
So let's see what happens here. 2-6 on the experience chart. Icon pitcher, no he's not. If he was, it'd strike him out. Otherwise, batter drops single over second base. So how about that? A base hit for Todd Sargent. Lead die of 2. and it says on lead die of 2, runners advance 1 base on a single. So Barkdahl will have to stop at second base. But back-to-back hits with 2 outs, maybe a 2-out rally for the Bees. Could have something buzzing. And here is the catcher, Dallas Autry. .445 is pitcher a workman. Yes, he is a workman. That's a double to right field. So how about that? Dallas Autry with the club's a double to right field. And with a lead die of 4, everybody scores on that double. So it's a 2-run double. And the Bees have already matched their season average for runs for a game here in the first inning, thanks to the double off the bat of Dallas Autry.
All right, he just really clubbed the crap out of that one, and both runners were able to score. Even Sargent doesn't run well was able to score because there were 2 outs and got such a good jump. So see if the Bees can actually get a lead and hold it this time.
That would be nice, Kip. But it's 2-0 in favor of the Bees here in the top of the first. And that brings up the designated hitter, Dylan Hutto. Spiegel in a little bit of trouble on the ropes. Hutto is also a hot player in this game. 2-4-6. Does the pitcher have control? No, he does not. Is he eager or sad sack? He is eager. So instead of walking, he will pop it to third to end the inning. And again, those extra eager plays coming back to bite the Bees. But 2 runs in the top of the first, we'll take it. The way our offensive woes have been going, we will take it. And at the end of half an inning of play, it's Buffalo 2 and Vegas coming to bat. And Enoch Samples, the right-hander for the Bees, will be up. And he's going to face Gordo Montemayor, shortstop, to lead things off for the Big Shots. 1-1-3. Is he ace or dynamic? He is neither. Is the batter a slugger? He certainly is a slugger. He's going to double to left field. So, wow. Montemayor, not exactly the prototypical leadoff guy. He's got some pop, and he just cracked a double to start things off. And I hope it's not one of these we get the lead and give it away right away kind of deals, Kip.
Yeah, it's starting to look that way around here, but we'll see if Samples can work his way out of this.
Well, he's going to have to, but he's going to face Shane Sasser, third baseman. 1-1-5. He is fresh, so that's a pop out to who's going to field it. It's going to be the first baseman, Sargent. He will take it on the infield, 1 away. Runners, of course, had to hold, so big out there from Samples, getting the pop out, getting the out without the runner advancing. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Manny Facero, second baseman. 2-6-6. Runner on first, thrown out. No, there is no runner at first. He's not the leadoff batter, so he will fly out to right field for out number 2. And maybe Samples can get out of this. Perhaps he can get out of this. And that will bring up Mike St. Clair, the veteran left fielder. Home run king. Got to be careful with him. 2-2-5. 2-2-5 asks, is the pitcher a star? He is not a star. Is the batter a slugger or a sad sack? He is neither one. So he's going to single to center field. If he's active, he would steal. He's not active. He will single. Now let's see if Montemayor can score. He is. Montemayor, I believe, is semi-active. Lead die of 2. Active runner on third base scores on a fly. Runner advances 1 base on single. Active runner scores from first on doubles or from second on any hit. But he's not active in this case. The decider die takes it away from him. So Montemayor, being semi-active, he does not score. So he will have to hold at third. So even with 2 outs, he got a bad jump. And the Bees catch a break as St. Clair Thought he had an RBI single, but some confusion on the base pass from Montemayor. I think he forgot there were 2 outs, and he just didn't get a good jump. So runners are at the corners, and here is Imbrogno, veteran slugging first baseman.
Yeah, we got a break there, Ronnie. Let's see if we can't take advantage of it and get out of this inning.
We shall see, Kip. We shall see. Here is Samples to Imbrogno. 1-6-6. Is he workman? No. Is he a whiffer? He certainly is. He will strike out Imbrogno, and the inning is over. So Samples pitches around all kinds of mess, and at the end of 1, it's Buffalo 2 and Las Vegas nothing. So caught a break there for sure. As we go to the top of the second, it'll be the struggling J.R. Keel stepping to the plate. He's 1 for 12 on the season, 083, which is why they've dropped him now all the way to the 7th spot. Let's see if lowering the order takes away some of the pressure and he can let loose. He is a semi-hero, semi-slugger. Pitch from Spiegel, 2-2-4. That's pitching at home. Yes, he is. It's a pop out to short, so they get the home cooking right there. And the Bees look to get some of that kind of home cooking when they come back home to take on New York and New England. But right now they got to deal with the road. So here is Lamont Clark, right fielder. 2-3-5. Not Wild. Is the batter eager? No, he's not. He will ground to second unless he's patient. He's not patient, so he just grounds to second for out number 2. And that brings up the number 9 hitter, Nick Rayford. Two, 4, 5. Is Rayford a hero? No, he's not. He's going to pop to second, and that's going to end the inning. That is in red. So we're going to the experience chart for the first at bat. Whoops. First at bat of the top of the second. And the experience chart, Enoch Samples is a prospect, a full prospect. So he's going to not work out too well there. But the guy he's facing, Intrican, is a semi-prospect. So could end up being a prospect versus a prospect kind of deal. We'll see how that plays out off the experience chart. And it is going to be a prospect versus prospect. 2-6. Icon pitcher. No, he's not an icon pitcher. Would strike him out if he was. Otherwise, it's going to be a single. So that's a base hit for Intrican. A leadoff single. Taking advantage of the rookie Samples. And a leadoff single. And that'll bring up the catcher, Jay Tolis. Jay Tolis. Lefty on righty matchup. Looking to turn 2 possibly are the Bees. 1-4-5. Is he a struggler? No. It's a ground out to first. And with a lead die of 1, that is a 3-6-3 double play. So how do you like that? Nice defense there by the Bees. They had been woeful on defense in the Charlotte series, but this one it worked out just the way they wanted it to turn 2.
Ronnie, that was actually not just the 10th out, but the 11th out of the inning. But we're talking about the 10th out. 10th out of the game is sponsored by 10 Pin Bowling Centers that reminds you, if you haven't been bowling in a while, you should. It could be right down your alley.
Thanks, Kip. Yeah, that was actually 10th and 11th out, so we'll take it. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Alan Booker. .155 is he a home run king? No, he's not. He's going to fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So what looked to be a shaky start for Samples turns out to be quite well, thanks to that twin killing. And we go to the top of the third, with the Bees still holding on to a 2-0 lead. Spiegel back out, and back to the top of the order for Rocky Oberbeck. Oberbeck struck out his first chance. 3-3-5. Pitcher is not wild. Is he a sad sack? No, he's not. He's going to single, and he's going to steal if he's not stoic. So Rocky Oberbeck will single and also steal second base. So how about that? A little small ball for the Bees here. A single and then a stolen base. And the Bees have runner at second with nobody out. And maybe Oberbeck is liking that leadoff spot.
Yeah, Ronnie, sometimes you just have to shake things up and see what happens. And Danny Lee maybe has pulled the right string so far.
So far he has, Kip. It's 2-0, but it's a long way to go. We're only in the third inning. Here's Seth Renery. .156. Is he a whiffer? Seth Renery is a whiffer. He will take a seat and strike out. One down. And that brings up the big guys, Barkdahl and Sargent, trying to get some insurance runs here for the Bees. 155. Is he a home run king? No, he's a semi-slugger, but not a home run king, so he will fly to center. Boy, he just missed that one. Just got up under it too much for out number 2. But he hit it well. At least it looks like they're coming out of their hitting woes a little bit. Of course, Charlotte had some fine pitching, and now we're getting to some of the lesser pitchers for Las Vegas, so maybe that has something to do with it as well.
I think you're onto something there, Ronnie.
Here's Tard Sargent. 156. Is he a whiffer? No, he's not. We go to outfield drama. Outfield drama for the big shots. To 1-2. Right fielder Iron. Is the right fielder for the big shots Iron? Right fielder's Booker. He is not Iron, so he will make the catch to end the inning. So they get a guy on second to start off the inning, but nothing becomes of it. And we go to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0. Favor of the Bees. And Ramon Cruz will lead off for the big shots. Number 9 hitter in the order. And he'll be followed by Montemayor and Sasser. 225. 225. Is the pitcher a star? No, he's not. Is he a slugger or a sad sack? Neither one. He will single. If he's active, he would steal. He's not active, but he will single. So Ramon Cruz, a leadoff single for the big shots as they try to cut into that B lead. Ramon Cruz out of the number 9 hole gets that single, and now you got the much tougher Montemayor to deal with. He doubled his first time up. 1-2-4, control pitcher. He is not a control pitcher in this at bat. Is he eager? We have to roll and see if he's eager. He is eager. Since he's eager, he will pop it up to first. He will not walk. Will not pass go. Will not collect $200. So Montemayor, a little bit too eager on that one. Couldn't wait out the pitch, and he pops it up to first, where Sargent puts it away for out number 1. That's a big out to get. Here's Sasser. Now a double play gets him out of the inning. 1-4-6. Is the pitcher have flash? Yes, he does. It's a strikeout. So Sasser down on strikes. Strikeout number 2 for Mr. Samples. And that brings up Manny Facero with Cruz still at first and 2 down. 4-6-6, control pitcher. Yes, he is. That means he's going to give up a single. So Cruz will motor to third, and Facero read that pitch perfectly well and gets himself a single. Puts runners at the corners with with 2 outs now for the dangerous Mike St. Clair. 1-2-6. Is he fresh? Yes, it's a liner to second, and that's going to end the inning. So again, Samples pitches around the mess and leaves a couple of big shots on the bases. At the end of 3, still Bees 2 and the big shots nothing. Here on the Bees Radio Network. We go to the top of the 4th. And the fourth inning is the New York Lottery home run inning. Any Buffalo player that hits a home run in the fourth inning, one lucky listener will win a jackpot of now $550. Tonight's contestant is Agnes Mumphrey of Buffalo. So Agnes, you've got Dallas Autry as your first chance to win your prize of $550. Here in the Buffalo Lottery inning. 115. Is he fresh? No. Is a batter a home run king or a sad sack? He is a semi-home run king. We have to roll and see if he is a home run king. He is a home run king, which means he strikes out. So Autry strikes out. And I know Agnes got excited there for a second when saw that home run king thing come up, but kind of a twister there. He actually causes him to strike out. So one down. Next man up for the home run contest is Dylan Hutto. He's also a home run king, so you can never count him out. 256, pitcher or struggler, no. Champion or patient, he is neither one, so we got infield drama, so no home run here, but it will be a chance for a base runner for the Bees. 1-2. Shortstop iron. Shortstop for the Vegas Big Shots is Montemayor. He is not iron. So since he's not iron, it will not be a two-base error. Is he gold? He is not gold either, so it will still be an error. So E6 on Montemayor. And that will allow Mr. Dylan Hutto to take first base on the free pass due to the error by Montemayor. I'll bring up J.R. Keel with one out and a runner at first. J.R. Keel, the struggling J.R. Keel, but he's still a semi-slugger, so anything can happen. 5-6-6. 5-6-6 ask. Is pitcher wild? No. Does he have a good eye? No. He's going to strike out. That's out number 2, and it's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart for the next at bat of Lamont Clark. Clark, his last time up, grounded to short, or grounded to second rather, so he is neutral. And Spiegel's semi-hot through the strikeout. Now they're both neutral. 5-5. Timeout. Conference on the mound. Play resumes, and there's a walk. So he ends up walking Lamont Clark, and the inning will continue. So another chance for Agnes to break through, but not a likely one, as Nick Rayford is the batter. He has no power qualities at all. So not sure if there's a way for Agnes to get a jackpot off of this or not, but we'll find out. More importantly, the Bees have a chance to score some more runs. 1-3-5, that's the ballpark card, or ballpark result rather. So for Rayford, he is a right-handed hitter, and it plays big to right-handed batters, but if he gets a 2-2-2 roll, actually it's not going to be because we're on the ballpark chart, but got to worry about whether he gets a 2-2-2 roll later on.
Yeah, Ronnie, make sure you're on the right chart.
Kip, thank you. I'll keep that in mind. All right, so we are on the ballpark chart. It is a big ballpark. And it's a 1-5. Big ballpark, yes. Right fielder unable to run down ball for a double. How about that? Active runner stretches to a triple, but a double will do it. A little dab will do you. And on a lead die of 1, since there are 2 outs, and a lead die of 1 with 2 outs, any runner scores from second on a hit. Let's see here. Runner advances 2 bases on a double. Active runner scores from second on any hit with 2 outs. Any runner scores from second. So the double means it's just going to be a RBI double. Clark will have to stop at third. There's no provision for him to score from first. But the Bees extend the lead thanks to the double by Rayford. So how about that? The rookie Rayford coming through, and that error on Montemayor is coming back to bite the Big Shots. And we got second and third, 2 down, so still a chance for Agnes because you got Rocky Oberbeck coming up. Second and third, 2 down, 1 run is in. Maybe they got Spiegel on the ropes here. 4-5-6. Is he patient? No, he's not. He's going to fly to center. That's going to end the inning. But the Bees do break through with another run. They've scored their most runs of the season right now at 3. That's their highlight so far. And unfortunately, Agnes, you did not win the jackpot, but you will get some scratch-off tickets from the New York Lottery as a consolation prize. And you also got to see the Bees put up another run.
Yeah, Ronnie, that's more important than anything else, is getting the Bees to score some runs.
I couldn't agree with you more there, Kip. So let's go through the inning again. Strikeout for Autry. The one base error on Montemayor, which was huge. Keel struck out. Didn't really help his cause any, but then Lamont Clark coaxed a walk, kept the inning going for that big double. Big time double from number 9 hitter Rayford. I mean, talk about the least expected. He was the least expected, but he got it done. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 Bees. Haven't been able to say 3 in the Bees scorebook for a while now, but we've got it right now. And let's see if they can hold the lead. That's the big thing. That's the big thing that Danny Lee talked about. Not just getting the lead, but holding the lead. Maybe that talk on the airplane did him some good. We shall see. Here's Alex Imbrogno. 1-3-4. Not a goal catcher. Is he champion? No, he's not. We got outfield drama. And this is what cursed the Bees in the Charlotte series, was a lot of fielding errors. One game they had 4 errors. Outfield drama. 4-5. Center fielder Gold. Yes, he is. So this time, actually that was supposed to be off the chemistry chart, was it not? Let me double check.
Yeah, Ronnie, why don't you get yourself straight over here?
It is supposed to be off the chemistry. It was supposed to be off the chemistry check because Oberbeck made the final out off the chemistry, or the result said to go to chemistry. So here we go. I'm going to redo that at bat. Imbrogno off the chemistry chart. And dissonant Buffalo against neutral Las Vegas. 3-5. Pitching team distance, yes. Inattentive infielder lets the ball get past him for a single. So Imbrogno took advantage of some daydreaming out there by the Bees infielders, and it snuck it right past them. Right between Keel and Rayford as they weren't paying attention. And that is a leadoff single. Leadoff single for Imbrogno. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Intrican. 1-3-5, that's a blue 1. We're going to the umpire chart with a runner at first base. So we'll bring out the first and second base umpires, which are the ones that are most likely to be involved. And that's going to include Indrizzi and Cade. And Drizzy's at first, Cade is at second, so we'll see if either one of those factors into this. Of course, they could always get another umpire as well. Run on first, umpire check. 5-5, questionable umpire at third. Okay, so now we're going to third base umpire. So I got fooled all around. Third base umpire is Wayne Kachurik. And is asking, is he questionable? No, he's lenient, but he's not questionable. If he was questionable, the batter hits a single, runner called out at third. Other umpires call the runner safe. So how about that? So since he was not questionable, Imbrogno will be ruled safely sliding into third base as he takes 2 bases on that single. So now here come the big shots as they get their biggest threat of the game so far. Runners on the corners and nobody out. And now Mr. Samples going to have to bear down. His team got him a 3-0 lead. He's got to make sure he protects that lead. Infield will play back. They will gladly give up a run to turn 2 outs here. Here's Jay Tullis. 4-5-6. Is he patient? No, he's not. It's a fly to center. Lead dive 4. That's a sacrifice fly. So Imbrogno will come in to score on the sacrifice fly. It is in purple, so we're going back to the chemistry chart. But it is a sacrifice fly by Tullis. And the big shots are on the board at 3-1 now. Booker will be the batter for the chemistry check, with Intrican still at first. 1-6 on the chemistry check. Batting team distance. No, they are neutral, so it'll be a walk. Booker will walk, and that'll put the tying runs on base with still only 1 out. Things are getting from bad to worse. Don't want to get all these base runners on here. Here's Ramon Cruz. Ramon Cruz is up. Infield double play depth. 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. Does he have a good eye? No, he doesn't. Struck him out. It's a huge strikeout by Samples, and that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart for the Montemayor at bat. And Montemayor popped to first his last time up, so he is neutral. And of course, Samples is semi-hot due to the strikeout.
Now, Ronnie, looks like you might be able to get out of this thing with just the 1 run and limit the damage and keep the Bees in the lead.
Well, he's not out of the woodwork yet, Kip. He's got to get Montemayor, and that's not a guarantee. All right, so now they're both neutral. 5-6. Hot pitcher, no. So we got infield drama. Would have been an out, but now we got infield drama. This could be trouble. 1-3. Third baseman, Iron. Third baseman is Keel. He is Iron. It's safe at first on an error. That's going to load the bases. The inning should have been over. But again, Keel and the shoddy fielding of the Bees come back to bite them as Montemayor reaches on the error. And now you got a big shot at every base for Shane Sasser. 2 outs. This could be the tipping point of the ball game right here. He just has to get Sasser. But I mean, really, he should be out of the inning, just to be quite candid about it.
Yeah, Ronnie, you don't have to be candid about it. You can just tell like it is. Keel blew it. He's been an awful fielder in this game, and he may need to go back to the minors.
I won't go that far yet, Kip, but it is frustrating. And here's Sasser with 2 outs and the bases loaded. 3-4-4. Prospect pitcher. Yes, he is. We have a fence check, and he is a slugger. This could be serious trouble. Serious trouble. He is a slugger. A 5 or a 6, and it's a grand slam home run. 3 or 4, it's a base clearing triple. 1 or 2, it's at least a double. That's a 1, so they got a break there. It's only a double. 2 runs will score. 2 runs will score. And the lead die was 3. So let's see if that scores all the runs. No, it just says 2 bases, so Montemayor has to stop at third. On the big-time double by Sasser. 2-run double off the bat of Sasser. As Samples, being a prospect, took him to that fence check, and that error by Keel keeping the inning going. And we got a tie game at 3, but Bees aren't out of the woodwork yet. They still got to get Manny Facero, and they have to settle Samples down. See if he can't get out of this and keep this game tied. 1-5-6 is the batter, a whiffer. He is not a whiffer, so we go to outfield drama, and that's more trouble for the Bees checking their defense unless it goes to center. 1-6. Right fielder stoic. Right fielder is Clark. He is not stoic, so he will make the catch. And that will end the inning, but Las Vegas sends 8 to the plate, and 3 of them score. After 4 complete, we are tied at 3 apiece here at Classic Bank Park. And with these getting to the 4th and 5th starters, you had to kind of assume that there were going to be more runs scored, and we're certainly seeing them.
Yeah, Ronnie, this thing could be 10-9 before we're done. I hope not. I hope not, but you never know.
Well, Kip, I definitely don't think it'll get that high, but we could see some more runs for sure. All right, Spiegel back out now. New life tied at 3, facing Seth Renery. And before we start the 5th, reminder that the 5th inning is brought to you by the law firm of Howie, Cheatham and Daly, that reminds you when all else fails, just plead the 5th. So Renery is up now. 3-4-4. Prospect pitcher, no he's not. Is he patient? No he's not. He's going to pop out to second. And hauled in out there by Facero for out number 1. Just got up under it, popped it up, 1 away, and here's Joe Barkdahl. 2-2-3. 2-2-3 is pitcher wild, no slugger or utility. He's neither one, so he's going to single. He's not active, he won't steal, but it will be a single for Barkdahl as he tries to get the Bees the lead right back. At least he's doing his part with a 1-out single for Barkdahl. And that'll bring up Todd Sargent. Spiegel may be needing relief here shortly. 5-5-6. Is he an ace? No. Is the batter a sad sack? No. It's a double to right field. A double to right field. And Barkdahl will come in to score and lead die of 5. So the Bees are right back in the lead as Todd Sargent just blasted one for a double. And now the Las Vegas bullpen is active, as they do have some activity down there. Let's see if we can get the look to see. Kip, can you tell who's warming up down there?
Yeah, Ronnie, it looks like they're going to have a left-hander loosening. They do have left-hander Gilbert Marcus.
All right, thanks, Kip. So Gilbert Marcus is loosening in the pen for the big shots. And here comes a big shot of his own. Dallas Autry had that big 2-run double in the first inning to give the Bees what was then a 2-0 lead. But now the double by Sargent has let the Bees reclaim the lead 4-3 with 1 out here in the 5th. 2-6-6. There's no run on first. He's not the leadoff batter. He will fly out to right for out number 2. Autry is retired. Sargent still at second base for Dylan Hutto, the designated hitter. One, 2, 5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. Is he patient? No, he's not. It's a ground out to third unless he's a whiffer. Unfortunately, he is a whiffer. He will strike out. The inning's over. But the Bees reclaim the lead 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And Samples might have some bullpen activity working behind him as well. Probably on a short leash.
And that's probably not a good idea, Ronnie. You don't want to let this thing get away from you too much. You got the lead, you want to be able to hold it. And if Samples can't do it, we'll bring somebody else that possibly can.
That's the thought process, Kip. That's the thought process. Here's St. Clair. Lead off the bottom of the 5th. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the first, lined out the second in the third. 1, 2, 3. Flash and fresh. Well, he's flashed, but he's not fresh, as the dot is not there. So he's not flash and fresh. We skip that. It's going to turn to a ground out to short instead of a strikeout. But either way, the Bees will take it, as St. Clair is retired. And it's good to get that leadoff man out of there. Don't want him on base to start the inning. Here's Imbrogno. Singled and scored his last time up. 3-4-5. Not an iron catcher. He's a good eye. No, he doesn't. Struck him out. So Samples gets a big strikeout for out number 2. That's in blue. We're going to the right now chart. And a semi-hot Samples will be facing a semi-hot Intrican, as Intrican singled his last time up. So both are semi-hot. Heading to this right now at bat. Now they're both neutral, 5-5. Hot pitcher, 5-5, it's going to be a walk. So they walk Intrican, the 2-out walk to Intrican keeps the inning going for Jay Tullis, the catcher. 1-4-6. Does he have flash? Yes, he does. Struck him out. So that's going to end up ending the inning with the Bees still on top by the score of 4-3. And living dangerous is Mr. Samples. But that might be all for him, because he's kind of a spot starter, marginal reliever. So 5 innings may just be all he gets. We'll see. The Bees have what they think is a decent bullpen. So I think they're going to go that direction. Spencer Spiegel is also going to be lifted. His day is done. His day is done. And let's see, they're going to go to the aforementioned left-hander, Gilbert Marcus. Gilbert Marcus. And this pitching change is brought to you by Dandy Diapers, who remind you if it's wet or smelly, it's time for a change. All right, so Heel will be the leadoff man for the Bees. He is a switch hitter. He will turn around bat right-handed. But now he will be in there to face Marcus, as the Bees now lead it 4-3 as we go to the top of the 6th. It'll be bottom of the order, Keel, Clark, and Rayford.
Yeah, Ronnie, I was watching Marcus loosen up in the bullpen. It looked like he was a little shaky, so maybe the Bees could do something.
You never know, Kip. Sometimes you can have a good bullpen session and come out horrible, and have a bad bullpen session and come out throwing gas. Here's Keel, 2-6-6. He is the leadoff batter, so he will single. So how about that? J.R. Keel takes advantage of being the leadoff batter of the inning, and he gets himself a leadoff single. About time he did something. He's been struggling big time, but he comes through here with a base hit. Try to get something started for Lamont Clark. 155. Is he a home run king? No, he's not. He will fly to center. So one away. And that'll bring up Rayford, who had that big double his last time up. Big RBI double that at that point put the Bees ahead 3-0. 1-2-6, flash and fresh. Yes, he is. It's the line out to second for out number 2. And now it'll be up to Rocky Oberbeck. Keep the inning going for the Bees. 1-4-6. Does the pitcher have flash? Yes, he does. Struck him out. So Oberbeck down on strikes to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still a nip and tuck 4-3 game. Favor the Bees. And Samples pitched 5 innings, so he would qualify for a win as long as the Bees do not relinquish the lead. Coming up for the big shots, it's Booker, Cruz, and Montemayor. 2 righties and a lefty, so it looks like they're going to probably go to a lefty out of the pen. I'm sorry, a righty out of the pen. And it's going to be, they're going to turn the page with Chris Page. So Chris Page is on. He is your new pitcher, Chris Page. And he'll be facing Booker to lead things off. Booker, Cruz, and Montemayor with the big shots. 4-3, bottom of the 6th. 1-3-4, goal catcher no, champion no. We got an outfield drama, and that's more hold your breath time for the Bees. 4-6. Left fielder iron. Left fielder Renery is iron. So it's going to drop for a base hit. And again, the fielding woes continue. It wasn't an error, but it may as well have been. It was a single that should not have happened. And it's going to take us to the chemistry chart on top of everything else where the Bees are dissonant. So it's just kind of, you're kind of adding insult to injury and tempting fate by putting all these roadblocks in your way. Booker is aboard, and we go to the chemistry chart for the at-bat of Ramon Cruz. 6-6, batting team harmony, yes. No, I'm sorry, they are not harmonious. They are neutral. It would have been a Finch check, otherwise they strike out. So good thing they were just neutral. And a huge strikeout there. If Finch check would have been Katie bar the door, most likely. But they got away with it there. And here is Montemayor. Back to the top of the order. He reached on that big error by Keel last time. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. Yes, he is. It's a strikeout. It's actually a bad break. It would have been a double play had he not been, but they'll take the strikeout as well and not look a gift horse in the mouth. So 2 down, back-to-back strikeouts now for Chris Page. And that brings up Sasser with Booker still at first and 2 down.
Yeah, Ronnie, I was hoping that Page would kind of keep it down in the zone and try to induce the double play ball, but he threw a high fastball and got the strikeout. It's one of the bad times where you wish there wasn't a strikeout, but as you said, you'll take the out anyway you get it.
That's right. You got that right, Kip. 2 down now for Sasser. 1-1-6, is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's another strikeout, so he strikes out the side after giving up the leadoff single. Chris Page comes in and strikes out the side. And we go to the 7th with The B's still clinging to a 4-3 lead. That's going to be it for Chris Page. He's more of a one-inning pitcher. So he will do his job and move on. And now Marcus, let's see if he's going to stay in there. Yes, he will. Marcus will try to give him 2 innings, or at least start the inning anyway, with Renery. Here to start the top of the 7th, 4-3 B's. 1-1-3. Ace or dynamic? No, he's not. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's not. He will single to center field. Now, if he is a sad sack or home run king, he strikes out. He is a semi-sad sack. He unfortunately is a sad sack, so he will not get the hit. He will strike out. And that's just the way it goes for the Bees sometimes. You get those awkward rolls and that dot shows up at the wrong time. So here's Barkdahl. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? No, he's not. He's going to pop to second for out number 2. That result is in red. Going to the experience chart for Sargent, who's an icon. Marcus is a prospect. But unbeknownst to us, and Kip, you were kind of slow in the draw there. Big Shots had a right hander in the bullpen, and you didn't let us know about it.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Ronnie. I was thinking of I was daydreaming about my slot machine miscue this afternoon and not paying attention to the ball game. Maybe I was dissing it too.
Well, it happens to the best of us, Kip. So it's actually going to be right-hander Jeff Tuma. Jeff Tuma is coming on. He will get the ace quality coming in halfway in an inning or partial inning. He's already a semi-star, but now he will get the ace quality along with double flash and control, and it takes it away from the experience chart and brings it right back to the regular chart. So they didn't want to take a chance of having Sargent get something good off the experience chart, or something bad for Marcus off the inexperience chart. So here we go. Tuma is facing Sargent. 2 outs, base is clear. 1-4-6. Does the pitcher have flash? He's got double flash. So he will strike out Sargent. It's the end of the inning, so it does not carry over. Would have been 2 strikeouts had there been less than 2 outs. But that's going to do it for the inning for the Bees. They go pretty quietly here in the top of the 7th. And they will also need a new pitcher in the bottom of the 7th. Tuma probably is obviously going to stay out there some more. He only faced 1 batter. But the Bees will have to go to their bullpen. They'll be facing Facero, St. Clair, and Imbrogno. 2 righties and a lefty. So I think they're going to stick to the right-handed action and go with, let's see, who do they want to go with here? They are going to go with Mickey Gosnell. So Mickey Gosnell will be coming on. He will be coming on for the Bees to try to hold the fort where it is. Facing Facero. 3-5-6 is the right-lefty split. First time it's come up in the game, and fortunately for the Bees, we got a righty on a righty. That's why you bring in the righty. And it's a Circle K strikeout. That strikeout brought to you by Circle K Convenience Stores. Check into the 3 area Buffalo locations to come by and get a refreshing treat. So that was a refreshing treat right there by getting that lefty on righty or righty on righty matchup and having the platoon check show up at the right time. Worked out great for the Bees, but now they don't get that advantage because St. Clair is a lefty. 3-4-6. Is St. Clair eager? Yes, he is. He's going to fly to center. So they caught a break there as well. Would have been a walk, but he was eager. So St. Clair is gone. 2 up and 2 down for Imbrogno. And Gosnell trying to pitch a scoreless 7th and turn it over to the back end of the bullpen. 2-2-6. Is the batter hit by a pitch? No, the decider dies a blank, so he's not hit by the pitch. Is he the cleanup batter? And Imbrogno is the 5th place hitter, not the cleanup batter, so he will fly to left, unless he's a whiffer, which he happens to be one, so he will actually strike out to end the inning. So great pitching performance by Gosnell, going 1 inning and striking out 2 of the 3 he faces, giving up nothing. And we go to the 8th. Still 4-3 in favor of the Bees. And Could we see the first win of the season, Mr. Kip?
We're certainly pulling for it, Ronnie. And Ronnie, reminder, we start the 8th inning, and the 8th inning is sponsored by 8-Ball Billiards, featuring a full-service snack bar and 20 tables. We have more balls for you to play with than anyone in town.
Thank you, Kip, for that public service announcement. Tuma back out. We'll be facing Dallas Autry. Start the top of the 8th. It'll be Autry, Hutto, and Keel. 116. Is he fresh? No, he's not fresh. Is the batter utility or sad sack? He's neither one. That'll be a single to left. There is a delta there. So Autry gets a delta of a double. So it won't be a single. It'll actually be a leadoff double for Autry as the delta came through. Leadoff double for Autry. And maybe the Bees can get an insurance run. That they probably need one big time. Here's Dylan Hutto. 115. Is he fresh? Yes, this time he is. It's going to pop it up. Let's see where it goes. It's going to go to the catcher. So right in front of the plate. And Tullis puts it away for out number 1. Big out there for Tuma. Keeps the runner at second base. Here is Keel. Actually got a big base, well, not a big base hit, but he got a base hit his last at bat. It was big for him, as much as he's been struggling. 145, pitcher struggling. No, it's a ground out to third base. Actually to first base because he's batting left-handed, so that will move the runner to third base. But now there are 2 outs. Autry now takes third base, but with 2 outs, it's going to take a Lamont Clark hit to get it done and get that insurance run across the board here in the 8th. 1-3-3. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's not a slugger. He will fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Clark can't get it done. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 4-3 Bees, and we'll get a new pitcher for Buffalo. That'll be it for Tuma as well for Las Vegas. So let's go to the Buffalo bullpen. Entrican will lead off, a righty, followed by Tullis, a lefty, and Booker, a righty. So right, left, right. And let's see who they want to go to for the right, left, right. They are going to go to, well, most of their better relief pitchers now are left-handed. So let's see how they want to work this. They're going to go back to the opening day reliever who blew the game, Dr. No, Derek No. They're going to give him another chance to see if he can redeem himself. He's had a couple days off to stew over it. And now he's ready to come back out. So Dr. No going to get a second chance on life here as he gets the call here in the 8th inning to set things up for the closer, Gautreaux. But he's got to deal with Entrican to lead things off. 1-4-5. Struggler, no. It's a ground out to third, 1 away. So that's a good start for Dr. No. That'll bring up Tullis, the catcher now. He is a lefty. Let's see if they want to go to the any kind of a pinch hitting performance. They do have Escobedo, Fontenot, and Mazza. Mazza is the backup catcher, also a lefty. Escobedo is the switch hitter. Right-handed hitting Fontenot. But I think they're going to stick with Tullis. He's a semi-hero, so I think they're going to stick with him. Derek No says they don't care who he brings in. He's going to get him. 2-4-5. Is the batter a hero? He's a semi-hero, but the dot says no this time. It's a pop out to second. That's out number 2. We're going to the experience chart. And Dr. No is the veteran, the icon, against Booker, the semi-prospect. Now, do they want to pinch hit here for Booker? Let's take a look at the bench again. Escobedo, Fontenot. What do they want to do here? They're going to actually pinch hit for Booker with Gustavo Escobedo, if for no other reason, just to get it off the experience chart. Put it back on the regular chart. And Escobedo will take over in right field as well in the 9th inning. So maybe a little bit of chess going on here We shall see if this move pays off or not. Billy Schofield, the Vegas manager, pardon the pun, is rolling the dice here with the pinch hitter, Escobedo. Also, Booker was the designated Cole batter. Not that that would have mattered in this case, but...
Interesting strategy there, Ronnie. Using that pinch hitter to see if he can spark something.
All right, here we go. 156. Is he a whiffer? No, he's not. We got outfield drama, and this could be trouble. Anytime you go to a drama chart with the Bees, it is truly drama. Unless it goes to center field. 3-4. Left fielder iron. Yes, he is. Renery is iron. It's another error. Another error on the Bees, and that is error number 2. Already had one on Keel. This is another error that can keep the inning going. E7. And Escobedo, the pinch hitter, really should have been out. That's just a bad defense play by Renery. And that brings up Ramon Cruz. You wonder, surprised they didn't do a defensive replacement. But here's Cruz now. And off of that error, or let's see here, off the error, we're going to go to the chemistry chart for Ramon Cruz's at bat. 2-3. Pitching team harmony, no. If it was, it'd be a strikeout. Otherwise, it's a walk. So Derek No just walks Cruz. And now you have the dangerous Montemayor coming up with 2 outs and 2 on. It is a lefty on lefty matchup, but you still got to cross your fingers. This is what happened to No last time. Got it first couple outs, then the error kind of threw him off his game. Do they stick with Derek No, or do they go to the bullpen? They're going to stick with Derek No. They're going to trust Derek No. Get Montemayor. 3-6-6, not a pinch hitter. He flies to center, and that's going to end the inning. So Derek No ekes out the 8th inning. It wasn't pretty, but he did it. And we go to the 9th. 4-3 ball game. Favor of the Bees. They hold on to that lead. And a new pitcher for Las Vegas will be forthcoming. Let's see who they want to go to. For the Bees, it'll be Rayford, and then Overbeck and Renery. A couple of lefties after the righty, so it looks like they're going to a lefty out of the bullpen. Will the big shots. It'll be left-hander Ross Nutter. Left-hander Ross Nutter. He's a semi-struggler, but they're playing a hunch. So Ross Nutter will be coming on for Las Vegas to face Rayford, Overbeck, and Renery. Triple fours. Nick Rayford, triple fours. Is he a scrapper? No, he's not. It's a double to right field. So how about that? Rayford comes through again, his second double of the game. Can't really blame Nutter on that one. That was just a tough luck draw. But Rayford, a leadoff double. And maybe an insurance run for the Bees is what they need.
Yeah, Ronnie, they can certainly use that because you don't want to be on pins and needles going into the bottom of the 9th.
You got that right, Kip. Here's Overbeck, lefty on lefty again with Nutter. 1-2-6, is he fresh? Yes, it's a line out to second, and it's also a double play. Runner on second, when the dot is there on a liner to second, that means the runner is doubled off. So how about that? A 4-4 unassisted double play. And boy, so much for the insurance run on that one.
Yeah, Ronnie, Rayford really had no chance. That ball was scalded, but to the wrong spot, and he just had no chance.
Yeah, Kip, it was just a tough break. You can't really blame him for that. That's just one of those things. And you really, I don't think anybody would have made his way out of that one. All right, so 2 outs. Base is clear for Renery. And I believe we're going to have a defensive replacement in the bottom half with Dollywall coming in to play left field. Let's see if they want to do anything with Reyes. They're going to pinch hit with Reyes. He will pinch hit for Renery. And then Dollywall will come in and take over in left field. So Dollywall will be the new left fielder in the bottom of the ninth. But right now the big man up is Reyes. Although it's not that big with 2 outs and the bases empty. It would have been big without that double play, but it's just the way things go. Nutter, lefty against the righty Reyes. 1-2-5. Is he a struggler? Yes, he is. We got a fence check. And he's a home run king. How about this? The dot was there that made him a struggler. We got a home run king fence check. Anything other than a 1, this is gone. It is gone. Reyes, a pinch hit home run. And just when we were talking about insurance runs, there you have it right there. There you have it. And that insurance run is sponsored by Mutual of Buffalo. For all your auto and car insurance needs, contact Mutual of Buffalo, and they will take care of you. So how about that, Ronnie? Right on the spot. And Danny Lee pulled the right trigger. And the Bees grab that insurance run, lead it 5-3, and now Gautreaux is loosening in the bullpen to try to close it out in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, Ronnie, he kind of outwitted his counterpart there, Billy Schofield. Probably shouldn't have let Nutter face him, but I think with 2 outs of the bases clear, he thought he was safe on that, and he saw what happened.
We certainly did see what happened. Here's Barkdahl. 1-2-5. Is he a struggler? Yes, we just had the same role. He's still a struggler. So, actually, no, he's not a struggler. I believe the dot was a blank, or I believe this was a blank, so not going to be a struggler this time. Patient, he is. We got to re-roll to see if he's patient. He is patient. Could be a walk, but we look at the goggles. Questionable or strict umpire will call strike 3. Home plate umpire in this case is McCoyland. Let's see if he's questionable or strict. He's neither one, so the walk will hold up. So Barkdahl will draw the walk, 2-out walk. And you wonder if they want to leave Nutter in there anymore. Sargent coming up a right-hander. That's going to be it for Nutter. Nutter just couldn't get it done. The hunch that they had or thought they had just didn't play out for him. So they're going to a righty out of the pen. And the righty will be Steve Rezinski. So Rezinski is in, 5th pitcher used by Las Vegas. He will be an ace because he's coming in midway in the inning. He is an ace star flash with semi-control facing Sargent with Barkdahl at first and 2 down. 5-3 Bees lead. 2-5-6. Struggler pitcher? No, it's a good thing we didn't keep Nutter in there. Champion or patient? Neither one. So we got infield drama, so they could still reach on infield drama for the big shots. 1-6. Shortstop Gold, the shortstop Montemayor, he is not Gold. So it's going to get through for a base hit. Lead die of 1 is a 1-base advancement. So Sargent keeps the inning going with a 2-out single. And that's going to bring up Autry, the catcher. Now, do they go to the left-hander Gorganis to try to get Autry out, or do they keep Rezinski in there is a question. Gorganis is not that good of a pitcher. I think you're going to stick with Rezinski. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. Yes, it is. Struck him out. That's going to end the inning. But a big time insurance run by the Bees, and they lead it 5-3 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Here in Las Vegas, what are the odds that they would be leading going to the bottom of the ninth? Closer, Mark Gautreaux has not had a chance to close the game yet, but here's his first chance. He's ace flash with double control, the left-hander out of the pen. Be facing Facero, and St. Clair. 2 out of 3 are right-handed, but they don't care. You're bringing in your best guy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Ronnie. You bring the best you have. And I remind you, the ninth inning is brought to you by Strange Brew Magic Stores in Kenmore and in Buffalo. Stop by either location, whether you need ninth inning magic or any kind of magic, and they will do the trick. And hopefully, Ronnie, there is no ninth inning magic for Vegas.
And we're going to see if Strange Brew can send some positive vibes out all the way out to the west here in Vegas and send the Bees to their first victory. Sasser going to lead things off against Gautreaux. Gautreaux was the 5th pitcher used by the Bees, so we've had 11 pitchers used, or 10 pitchers used in the game. That's a 1-4-5. He's not a struggler. It's a ground out to third. One away. Bees 2 outs away from their first victory of the season. It'll be Facero, the dangerous Facero. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? No, he's. Yes, he is actually. He is an ace. That's a strikeout. So used to not having anybody be an ace, but he was an ace and he got it. Strikeout. That's why he's a closer. So that'll bring up St. Clair. Last chance for Vegas is St. Clair. 2-5-6. Not a struggler. Is he champion or patient? Neither one. We got infield drama. So what do you know? It's never over when you look at the Bees defense. Anything can happen. 1-2. Shortstop iron. Yes, he is. Rayford is iron. No, he's not. He's semi-iron. My bad. He's semi-iron. Decide or die says no. So it won't be a 2-base error, but since he's not gold, it will be a 1-base error. So yet another error, third error of the game on the Bees, as the inning and the game will extend on the 1-base error. The 1-base error by Rayford. And what do you know? Oh, and by the way, left fielder Dollywall is in left, replacing Renery after Ruelas pinch hit for him with that home run. So St. Clair is aboard. Now the tying run is at the plate in Alex Imbrogno, and that's just definitely not what you wanted to have happen, but it happened. So here we go. Imbrogno facing Gautreaux. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, 5-3 game. Tying run is at the plate in Imbrogno, and he is a slugger. Oh, hopefully that's not, you're kidding me here. 5-6-6, no. It's going to ask if he has a good eye. He does not. It's a strikeout to end the ball game. The Bees hold on and win it 5-3 as they put the sting on Vegas in game 1 of the series. The Bees win it 5-3, and congratulations all around coming from the Bees dugout, as maybe the talking to they received on the plane ride out here did them some good. Bees pick up 5 runs. They'd only scored 2 the previous 3 games in Charlotte, but against this much lesser pitching staff of Vegas, they managed to put up 5 on the board. So let's look at the totals in the ball game. For the Bees, they got 5 runs, obviously. Let's check on hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they pound out 11 hits. 5 runs, 11 hits, and 3 errors for the Bees. For Las Vegas, they also had their fielding woes. They committed 2 errors. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They got 8 hits. So unofficially, actually it is officially now that I've said it, the Bees win their first game of the season. They improved to 1-3. Vegas falls to 1-3 with a 5-3 victory over Vegas. 5 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Bees. 3 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors for Las Vegas. Winning pitcher was Samples. Samples is your winner, Spiegel is your loser, and Gautreaux gets his first save of the season. Well, Ronnie, what is your take on this first win of the season for the Bees?
Oh, Ronnie, it's a long time coming. It's about time. I was kind of wondering if they could ever win a game, but obviously they proved me wrong. And they did much better in this game than I did at the slots at the casino earlier on. Maybe I can turn it around tomorrow.
Don't blow all your money there, Kip. Just make sure you have some to take back to Buffalo with you. So There's one more game here in Vegas that'll not be broadcast, but then the next broadcast will be at home for the first time in the friendly confines. The friendly confines of National Airways Stadium in Buffalo, as they welcome the New York Skyliners for a 3-game set. But there's one more game to get through here in Vegas before that happens. Hopefully the Bees will be 2-3 when they come back and try to not lose any ground to both New England and Charlotte. We'll have to see what they do when they play their games today and see if the Bees are still 3 games back or whether they pick up any ground. But that's going to do it from here in Las Vegas. Again, the Bees get their first win. They're buzzing and happy about it. 5-11-3 for the Bees. 3-8-2 for Vegas. So for my broadcast partner Kip Scarry, this is Ronnie Robinson saying so long from Las Vegas and happy trails until we meet again in Buffalo. Good night, everybody.